What's up, my wellness queens? I am back. Today I don't want to talk about anything technical. I don't want to talk about launching a wellness business. I want to talk about something that's I think something we all deal with, which is expectations. Expectations. I think that the world expects certain behaviors from us, certain they expect us to behave a certain way, they expect us to shop a certain way, and they sort of expect that when they ask for something, you have to meet their expectation or else you are terrible. And I think that I know this is not a unique experience to me. I think a lot of us, and I would say a lot of us in the wellness space, because we are called to serve, we have this ability to bring healing and love into the world. And because you're called for such a purposeful reason, there's then expectations, and people sort of judge how good you are at your job, at healing others based on you meeting their expectations. And I've struggled a lot with expectations and people's expectations, and it's hard. And it's so hard when you decide that, you know what, I'm tired of meeting other people's expectations. I am curious about what it is that I want and how do I want my life to unfold. What is it that I want for my future, And when you do that, it's quite an isolating journey. It's very isolating. I have to say no to a lot of people, friends, family, colleagues, acquaintances, opportunities. I've had to say no to a lot, and in doing so, I've come to learn what it is that I love and what is it that I prefer and in which direction I want my life to go. But it has come with severing many ties. It has also come with rejection and being alone, being alone for a very long time. And I don't mean alone in romantic relationships. Currently in my life stage, I'm not pursuing that. I genuinely do not have time. But in terms of just friendships, friends, family, the quest that I've been on of seeking what it is that I want, how do I want my life and my future to unfold, has kind of been isolating. But like with anything you do in life, if you keep doing it, the alarming effects, or your body will kind of just have a reaction, resistance to it. That's subsided over time because I've kind of cultivated self-trust, self-reliance, self-love. I believe I'm one of the most self-trusting human beings. And so, and I honor my word with myself. Honor it completely. And for the world, it's so hard for the world to understand that. It's very hard for the world to understand that because a lot of people are not living out their truth. They're bound by people's expectations of them. That becomes their modus operandi for their life and for their future. For anything they pursue in life, if it is not per their parents' or friends' expectations or partner, it is not good enough or not worth pursuing. And that's pretty hard, and I feel bad for them because it's almost as if they live in a prison of their own fashioning. Now, obviously, I'm putting the onus on them, but the truth is, it's the environment that they've continuously allowed to prevail in their lives, that's set the tone or has given them sort of an operating system that this is how we behave in this ecosystem, and if you change that, I'm going to be unhappy, and so you need to obey or we're done. That's okay. All right. But anyway, I want you, as somebody who wants to start an amazing wellness business, profitable one, to investigate a lot of the things that you do, that you deem right, that you think are good for your livelihood. I want you to investigate them. Is it really coming from your belief system, or you're living out other people's expectations? Are you so afraid that if you do not live or do what they expect, it is fatal, or you're going to be rejected, you're going to be alone, and thus have no reason to exist? Whatever story you feed yourself, I want you to investigate it this week, because I want you to believe that there are people who do not live within the confines of other people's expectations. I for certainly do not live in the confines of anyone's expectations. And truly, I'm not just happy, I'm content, I'm confident, and I have a very high self-esteem. But before then, I had self-esteem issues because I lived in the confines of other people's expectations, other people's rules that I adopted as mine. Not out of choosing, but because that's how society works. You're brought up in an environment, and for you to fit into the environment, you adopt their way of life, even if it doesn't work for you and the type of person you are and the things that you want in your life. So for this week, I want us to just introspect and dive deeper within ourselves. Reach into the shadows of your mind and ask yourself, would I be friends with that person if fear was not in the background, controlling everything in my life? Would I be friends with that person? Would I still talk to that friend? Would I still keep some family members around? Would I still work that job? Would I still take on that client? If fear was not a thing, and you knew that you were safe, regardless of what decision you took, what would some people survive? Would they be in proximity to you? So this week, I just wanted to just be about reflection and question. Question everything. Because a lot of us are bound by expectations. And that underlying the expectations is the fear that we're going to be rejected, we're going to be alone. So I help wellness brands launch and scale their businesses. But beyond my strategy, I help women come home to themselves. And I help them do their own businesses. So if you want to work with me one-on-one, send me a DM or comment below, and I'll reach out to you. If you want to see some of my other videos on how to launch a wellness business, you can follow me on Instagram at wellness_digitized, or you can follow me on TikTok at wellnessdigitized, or you can send me an email. I'm here to support you. And if you want to launch your wellness business immediately, I have an ebook, How to Launch a Wellness Business, today. So comment down below, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Stay accountable to self. Bye.